This is Blind Man Walking 2, and this is my introductory video. Hopefully everybody will find this useful and beneficial. We'll see. I guess what I need to tell you is I'm 47. You probably tell me that I'm a guy. And I have a wife and 2 kids. I'm not going to go too much personal life, but anyway, that's what you know. The one thing you need to know is I'm legally blind, and have been since birth. And what I've been thinking about is I often walk a lot because I don't have a driver's license. Not because of a illegal substance use or speeding, any of those issues, but because I'm legally blind. So what I wanted to do is I've been thinking for a long time about doing something on YouTube. You know, I think it would be helpful for me, and I think for other people. Create a dialogue, something kind of beneficial. So I came up with this idea. So as I walk to and from my house to wherever I need to go, I was going to do some videos. Try to keep track of the time. So, like I said, legally blind, but that does not define who I am. It's an aspect of me. Like I said, I'm husband, father, and a person, not necessarily in that order, before I even discuss my legal blindness. What I wanted to talk to everybody is about things that I think are of interest to those of us with varying degrees of blindness or varying degrees of disability, because in my view, disability is a major issue, not just being blind. I guess I'd like to choose a topic each week, or each video, let's say, of what I want to talk about. And it was kind of, I've been thinking about this for a long time. What should I begin with? You know, there are so many topics out there, so many things are important. You know, what do you choose? And the one thing I kept coming back to over and over again is that everything begins back with the individual. Whatever we do, it's up to us. So basically, I thought, well, let's make this video, the subject of today's video, about personal responsibility and disability. You know, whatever we do in life, at least, and this will be my opinion, is basically up to us. If we can't achieve something, or if we are unable to, it gets back to what we can do as an individual. Other people impact what we do, what we want to do, and how we can succeed, but we really have no control over what those people do. We only can control what we do. So once again, in my opinion, I think we need to get back to what we as individuals are able to do. And so I want to talk a little bit today about disability and personal responsibility. The first thing you know about me is I don't wake up every minute saying, woe is me, I'm legally blind, and I could do, if I just wasn't that way, what could I do a lot different? I could do so much more vocationally, so much more intellectually, so much more socially. Because once again, I'm unable to change the fact that I have a disability, which is blindness. Just for those of you who care, my disability is about 2,200. But that can vary. By light conditions, movement. Those of you who have some type of sensory impairment probably can relate to that issue. So some of you may wonder, why are you walking at all? You're legally blind. You shouldn't be walking. Well, that's a choice I make. And I've been that way for my entire life, and I feel like I use my other senses and my intelligence to bridge most of those gaps. So, but let's get back to the major topic. Disability, more specifically blindness and personal responsibility. My belief is I have disability and I have a choice about what I do with my disability. I can choose what I do. I can choose to get out here this morning and walk. It's hot. It's like 90 degrees and it's not even like 12 o'clock here. So, I have a choice about what I do. I have a choice as to how I interact with my disability and how people and how I interact with people. And so I've met people in general and people with disabilities in particular who more focused on what others can do for them. At least that's what I kind of feel. And I have my moments. If people who design labels, for instance, would just make them black and white, or if they would make the print a certain size, my life would be better. Okay? Well, that's not necessarily going to happen. Yeah, it might happen as the population ages. A lot of things have come up since the baby boomers have aged. It's kind of helped my life and technology. For instance, now I can have a dictionary on my iPhone. That's an amazing thing. When I was a kid, I had a 20-pound large dictionary. iPhone much easier to carry. So, but like I said, personal responsibility, disability, we have to, in my opinion again, we have to basically take charge of our lives and our relationship to our disability. We cannot let other people control us, and by saying other people can make our lives better, and depending on that concept, basically gives other people power over us. And I'm not one to want to do that. So I tend to not worry about what others can do, what I can't do. I try to focus on what I can do and assume that nobody else will be able to help me in any constructive way. I have often found, in my experience, that most people really don't want to help you. They're too involved in their situations, or they really don't realize you need the help. Here's an example. And it might get noisy. We'll see if you can hear this as I get close to the main road out here. But I was at a local Walmart, and I had a situation occur where this individual, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna stop this, I think, and do a new video.